Welcome, everyone, officially to today's Stand Up for Falls info session. My name is Emily, and I'm the founder of StrongerU Senior Fitness. So excited to have you all here with us today. If you're just joining, feel free to throw your name in the chat and where you're joining from in the world and in what capacity you work with or want to work with older adults. A few housekeeping items. Today's session is being recorded, so we will make the recording available to you following today's session. We will also send you the slides. So if you are a note taker and you're like writing down all the information, don't worry. Anything written on the slides you will have access to. Feel free to just write down, any answers to questions people may have asked or you have, or anything I say that is not given on the slides. Okay. And please feel free to ask questions as we go. I will put, question time at the end. But if you're like me, you have a question, pops into your brain. If you don't ask it, my questions typically will disappear. And we don't want your important questions to disappear. So please don't be shy. Please go ahead and ask your questions right in the chat, right when you pop into your brain. I will then either answer them right on the spot, or I'll let you know if that information is coming in one of the subsequent slides, or if we'll save it to the end. But either way, throw them in the chat, okay? Now, a little bit about me and my journey to being here in front of all of you today. My name is Emily. As I said, I'm the founder of StrongerU Senior Fitness, and I started my career in community chronic disease management and cardiac rehab. So working with our older adults who are recovering from heart attacks, strokes. I'm just going to decline this. Heart attacks, strokes, and really any kind of chronic condition that you can think of. So just older adults who wanted to keep themselves healthy in general. And then I found the world of senior living, where not only was I teaching exercise to older adults, but I was driving an 18-passenger bus, and I was struggling my way through art programs, which I love, but is definitely not my forte. I was planning big events. And so I worked as a life enrichment assistant manager and then a regional manager of recreation, supporting 49 retirement communities spread across the country. And it was really in that role that I saw that there was a need for something like StrongerU. And first, I did a search far and wide to see if anything like StrongerU existed, and was really surprised to find that it didn't. And so I say how the story goes is out of frustration or passion, I should say, I decided to found StrongerU for my team, as well as so many other teams across the globe who needed something like StrongerU. All right, so let's jump into the reason you're here today, StrongerU Senior Fitness and our brand new Stand to Falls programming. And Ish is asking how long the session will be today. It is going to be just about 30 minutes, a little bit longer. We will save for questions at the end. So if you need to jump after 30 minutes, though, you will have all of the information that you need. Okay. All right. Okay, let's start off with a little bit about StrongerU. In case you are brand new to StrongerU, you've never heard of our company, that's totally fine. Let's introduce you to us. We are an education company serving recreation, activity, fitness, and life enrichment professionals, senior living organizations, and post-secondary institutions. And we're actually the first fitness education company of our kind globally. And that's because we offer a combination of online, self-paced education and monthly ready to teach, completely done for you, ready to teach monthly class content in both seated and standing formats. And we have four core class types or four formats, and that's cardio, strength, stretch, and balance. And so those four program types are all included with your main certification. And so because of the uniqueness of our organization and what we offer, we have established partnerships all around the world. And when it comes to StrongerU, we're not just about the physical fitness. Let's be honest, older adults and people of all ages, really, exercise is not always their top priority. And actually, sadly, some older adults are very content just to sit in a chair and limit their movement in order to help them to not fall. They're like, I'd rather sit here in a chair and not move than I would to fall. And so for those older adults, there has to be something else that gets them to the programming. They'll still get the physical benefit, but we want them to get so many other benefits benefits as well. And so there's a big intellectual component, brain health component to our StrongerU classes. There's also a social component. We hear it all the time, the really big problem of social isolation around the world. There is also a vocational component or sense of purpose, and even a spiritual component. So really there's something for everyone. And when you go through the course, it teaches you about the 6 dimensions of wellness that we recognize and how you can use these dimensions of wellness to find out what's important to each of your participants and invite them and get them to come to the program based on that, and not just, hey, come to my exercise class, because we know that doesn't always work. I'm seeing a couple questions coming in the chat. Yes, Isha's saying about circuit format the same as balance. Yes, that's correct. Very good. All right, now that you know about StrongerU, let's talk about Stand Up to Falls. So excited to launch this program beginning September 8th. Now, this is going to be a special cohort of our StrongerU Senior Fitness Instructor course designed to help you deliver a 4-week purposeful evidence-based falls prevention program during Falls Prevention Month in November. So let's dive into what that all means. You know this, but let's make sure we talk about the reason why this is so important. Falls are a really, really big problem. 20 to 30% of older adults will fall each year. It's our leading cause of ER and injury-related death for older adults. An older adult in the US is falling every second of every day. And in Canada, the average hospital stay that was due to a fall meant a senior had to stay in the hospital 10 days longer than for any other reason that they were admitted into the hospital. So it's a big problem for older adults. It's a big problem for our healthcare system. But after all that doom and gloom and those statistics, there is really, really good news. And that's with proper intervention, we can reduce falls by 25 to 40%. That is absolutely huge. But we need to do the right things, the most proper intervention in order for us to see that benefit. So what does that look like? When we think falls prevention, the first thing that will typically pop into someone's brain is balance. Balance exercises, balance training, balance. That's kind of goes synonymous as falls prevention and balance. But poor balance is a very small part of what actually causes falls. When we look at the reason someone falls, it because they don't have the physical ability to do something like recover from a trip. You know, they catch their toe on the edge of that where it goes from hardwood to carpet, and they're not able to recover. Or to step over an obstacle, like stepping up on a curb as they cross the street. Or react quickly. You know, maybe someone's calling their name, hey, Fred, watch out. And Fred's like, what's going on? Where am I going to get hit by something? What's happening? Or even something as simple as getting up from a chair to answer the phone. And so instead of focusing on balance and balance exercises, we need to focus on strength, endurance, coordination, agility, and reaction time, because these are the things that are going to help older adults to truly reduce the risk of falls and to be able to interact more effectively with their environment. So our answer to helping to solve this huge problem of falls is our new program, Stand Up to Falls. And so your registration includes your enrollment in the StrongerU Senior Fitness Instructor course, the complete 4-week Stand Up to Falls program ready to deliver during Falls Prevention Month in November, supporting education and implementation resources, and then 1 year of monthly class content to help maintain the momentum following the 4 weeks of specialized programming. So the main goal with taking this approach, because we've always offered you the course to learn and then the monthly class content to teach. But the reason we wanted to launch Stand Up to Falls is because we wanted to help you make a big splash, a big impact. There is something about a special program that brings people out of the woodwork. When you just launch a new class, say, oh, we have a new fitness class offered on Tuesdays, it's not as special as a full program, a 4-week program. And it also creates an opportunity for maybe you work with older adults or residents who have lived in your community for a lot of years. Maybe they meant to come to fitness when they first moved in, and now it's been some time and they never did. And they sort of feel like they've missed the boat. This creates an even playing field for everyone because it's going to be a brand new program for every older adult that you work with. So it's an opportunity for more people to come together. And we'll talk about this a little bit later, but the goal of our 4 weeks is actually not necessarily physical outcomes because we can't see too much in terms of physical improvement in the course of 4 weeks. If we do, that's great. But one of the main things we're actually trying to achieve with this program is building confidence and building a new exercise habit. And so this is a way to create a big impact, a big splash in your programming, and to bring residents, participants together for it. So the cost of the program is $370 US, 466 Canadian, and we have something called annual turnover protection. So this is more important for anyone here who supports a team and you're thinking of getting your assistant or your team certified, and you're worried about making your investment in your team because you're worried what happens if they quit 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now. We know turnover is a big issue. So if you enroll a team member and they quit 3 months from now, all you do is you send us an email and you say, hey, this person is no longer with us. We've just hired this person. We enroll your new hire at no additional cost. So you know your investment in your team is protected. So that's one thing. And then we also have department discounts for communities with 3 or more staff. So we do have some organizations we work with, communities we work with, where there is 10, 12, 15 team members, and we want to keep it affordable for you to certify as many people as possible so they can get this training and then your residents and your participants can benefit from it. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. Let's say, oh, actually, let me go back. This is the cost for brand new individuals. So I know some on the line today are already StrongerU senior fitness instructors. You will gain access to the 4 week program, but you will not have to go through the course because you've already done the course. Okay. So I'll have to kind of sprinkle that throughout because I know we have some certified and some not certified on the call today. So for those who are not certified, these are the steps to becoming a StrongerU senior fitness instructor. So number one is you're going to complete the online course. As I mentioned, it is self-paced with frequent knowledge checks, and it's accessible from any device. So prior to founding StrongerU, I used to teach in-person certifications, fitness certifications, and I would have a room, full of 20 to 30 students, and some students would be yawning. Not because I'm boring, but because they have learned this before. They've been teaching a long time. They were just trying to add to their toolbox. And then I'd have some in my class eyes wide, deer in headlights, like, oh my gosh, I am not picking this up. This is like a lot. I'm learning so many new things at such a fast rate, and like I'm having trouble keeping up. And then everything in between, right? So when we founded StrongerU, we knew we wanted to have self-paced education because if you've been teaching or not teaching, well, yeah, I guess teaching fitness for a long time, you have a background in fitness or kinesiology or physical therapy, you will probably breeze through our course. And the people who have that background say like, yeah, that was really great. I learned a few new things. It was a great refresher, and that's awesome. And then we have the brand new people, and you can take your time going at your own pace. We have those frequent knowledge checks because some courses will teach, 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 and at the very end, they have a giant exam, and you're trying to regurgitate. That's one approach. The approach that we take is we want you to learn, and then we want to make sure you understand. We want to learn and then make sure you understand. And that's going to help you to really be able to utilize what you're learning. So that's the framework for the online course. And you can do it on different devices. So you can go from your computer, and then you can go out on a bus trip, and maybe you're sitting in the, what am I think cafeteria. I'm thinking of cafeteria, but the food court of a mall. Your residents are shopping. You pull out your cell phone or your tablet, and you can keep going with the course on a different device. Or let's say you've set up entertainment. Everyone's great. You sit in the back row. You pull out your device, and you can keep going with the course. So it's meant to be small modules that you can do in the cracks of your already busy schedule. Okay. And then so Krista is asking how long approximately is the course? 8 to 12 hours. It's actually 8 to 16 hours. So the first portion here, the theory portion is 8 to 12 hours. And then the next portion is learning your first class. And so this is the guided practice modules component of the program. And this takes about 4 hours. So that's how we get to that 12 to 16 hours total as we add that final 4 hours. And so our guided practice modules are short 20 to 30-minute sessions that will help you to learn your first stand up to falls class. Okay. And then you will prepare to submit your practical video. Now, I know when I say practical video, everyone freaks out, and maybe you don't have to do it, but my certified StrongerU instructors on the list can maybe attest. It's not as scary as it sounds, or even if it was as scary as it sounds, once you get through it, you realize that actually wasn't that bad. And the reason for that is we're not expecting perfection in your practical video. We see it as just one stop on your learning journey, and the more you teach, the better it's going to get. So what we're looking for in your practical video is you can demonstrate each of the main movements. Your coaching is developing. That's kind of the hard part, right? Is moving while you're talking. And we want to see first and foremost that it's safe. And then we'll give you feedback on what's looking really great. And then we'll give you feedback on what you should continue to work on. Okay. So don't forget about the practical video. And when you get to that part, submit it to us no matter what. We have so many people tell us, like, I filmed 3 times. Like, I'm so nervous. Film once, submit it to us. Let us tell you if it's not where it needs to be, and then you can resubmit. Okay, so there's no such thing as failing with StrongerU. We want you to succeed, and we help you get there with every step of the way. Okay. All right, another good question popped in the chat. Thank you. I think it's Krista. She said she's doing this with her 2 staff members. Can we do the practical video together? So you cannot do it all 3 of you in the room on camera together because we need to hear each of you do the coaching, and we need to know that each of you knows the different movements. So you can help each other and be in the room and, film. It might be a lot of back-to-back filmings, but maybe do it on different days, supporting the different team members that are being filmed. So each person has to have their own video so we can verify that each person meets those main competencies. And then let me scroll because I think I missed a question here. Amber, does it have to be in front of participants? No. So a lot of organizations actually have a requirement that you do it in front of participants. We actually don't require that because we know it just adds one more thing to make you freak out. You're already trying to worry about the moves and speaking and everything. So we don't require you to do it in front of participants. We know it's nerve-wracking enough that once you are in front of participants, you're going to be just fine because funny enough, doing it in front of a camera seems to be more terrifying than doing it in front of a group of residents, because we know nearly everyone who is submitting a video already typically is teaching senior fitness classes. So we're just giving you more skills and more tools to do that. All right. And then Christy's asking, are you partnered with organizations that will hire StrongerU course graduates? Yes, we are. We do have organizations who, when they're hiring assistants and managers, definitely see StrongerU on your resume and think, oh, perfect, this person is already StrongerU certified. And that's because as part of onboarding with those organizations, they will require you to get StrongerU certified. So if you come with a StrongerU certification already, it definitely gives you a leg up. And we've started to see that where our students, especially our post-secondary students, are saying, hey, I got hired at one of your partner sites, and they hired me because I'm StrongerU certified. So that's really great. All right, so submit video, not as terrifying as it sounds. You are then certified and you will gain access to the full 4-week Stand Up to Falls programming, plus 30 minutes of new seated and standing class content each month going forward in the rotation of our 4 formats. So cardio, strength, stretch, and circuit. I use them interchangeably. Ish had asked this in the chat. Balance. We've kind of done a name change with our circuit program. We refer to it as balance now. Let me click over here. Okay, so let's talk about what the actual 4 weeks of Stand Up to Falls is going to look like. So the program structure is you're going to have one main Stand Up to Falls class each week. And so that main class might be on a Monday or a Tuesday towards the beginning of the week. And it follows this 60-minute structure where the first 15 to 20 minutes you're presenting on education, which I'll show you on the next slide. And we give you everything. You have the PowerPoint, you have the speaking notes. It is meant to be so easy that 10 minutes prior to starting your class, you could quickly look it over and you can deliver this education. Okay, so we are going to make it very easy for you. And then the 30-minute strength and balance class, followed by a 10 or 15-minute wrap up at the end. Okay, so you'll do this program structure as the main class on about a Monday or Tuesday, and then 1 to 2 or more times the rest of the week, you'll repeat just that strength and balance component. Okay, so as an example, you do the 60-minute class on Monday, maybe on Wednesday and Friday, you do the strength and balance portion again. Okay, or maybe on Tuesday you do the big component, and then on Thursday and Friday you're doing it again, or on Thursday or Saturday if you work Saturdays. Okay, so it's meant to be one big one and then 2 more supplementary classes throughout the week. Okay, now this is what the themes are for each of the 4 weeks. So week 1 is the program kickoff, and we're going to talk about falls and fall risk, and we're also going to introduce your group to the falls efficacy scale. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that one of the main goals of this program with your participants is not actually physical outcomes, it's actually confidence. When we can build up confidence of an older adult, we unlock the possibility and the potential for everything else. So our main goal throughout these 4 weeks is to enhance confidence. And so the way we're going to track that is using the falls efficacy scale. Okay, it's a shortened efficacy scale, and it's meant to have them think about their activities of daily living and their fear of falling when doing each of those activities of daily living. Okay. Week 2 is build your base. We talk about proper posture, cardiovascular, and functional strengthening exercises and how those help to prevent falls. Week number 3 is find your balance. We talk about the brain and balance. We talk about the role of agility, coordination, and power during week 3. And then week 4 is move with confidence. And so this is where we're going to talk more about confidence. We've been in the background trying to build their confidence, and now we're going to outright talk about it. We're going to talk about confidence, exercise adherence, the habits they've built, looking ahead at how they can maintain those habits. And then we're going to repeat that falls efficacy scale, and hopefully we'll be able to see that improvement in confidence over the source of the 4 weeks. Okay. So this is the amazing curriculum. You will have the PowerPoint slides, the speaking notes. You'll have summary resources that you can print out and give to your participants as well. And if you don't have, you're like, ooh, I don't have a projector or a TV where I teach fitness, that's okay. This program is also very flexible in that you can give the education, deliver the education, and you could give the slides as printouts. Or you could say, hey, come see me if you'd like to see the slides. You don't need the slides, but they're there. People like to see something visual. But don't let that get you hung up if you don't have the proper setup for delivering education in that way. But the education is a really big part of this program because older adults want to know the why behind what you're doing. What's the education? What is the reason you're having me do this? So when we can tie the why and the research to the movements that you're going to do with them in that strength and balance block, you're going to see people, it clicks. it clicks a lot more, and they understand why I choose a weight that challenges me and not just the 1 pound weight. Why am I going to try to do this sit to stand with no arms versus just pushing off of the arms of my chair? So everything just has a little bit more meaning to it when we start with that education portion. Okay, so what does it look like to get started? Monday, August 24th is when registration officially opens. We are not actually starting the coursework until September 8th, but we're giving anyone who wants to register early an opportunity starting August 24th, this Monday, to register. You will immediately gain access to the Stand Up to Falls community. So the community is a place where you can introduce yourself, you can get to know the other people across the globe who are going through this program over the next few months. You can start to just note what are the important milestones? What are the deadlines I'm going to be trying to reach? Just to get yourself acquainted with the platform. So if you're someone who gets kind of nervous about new platforms and things like that, register early so you can get yourself comfortable, get excited, and just sort of settle in, okay? But starting Tuesday, September 8th, that's when we will officially kick off the coursework. Okay. And so the coursework will take place from Tuesday, September 8th until October 16th. So that'll be the date that your practical video is due. Okay. And then you'll have 2 weeks. The 2 week period is when we're marking your practical video. Our practical video adjudication team is marking it, giving you your feedback. And during those 2 weeks is your last chance to really get everything together. So you're ready to launch the program November 2nd with your residents and your participants during Falls Prevention Month. Okay. And then following, we give you that 1 year of class content to maintain the momentum following Falls Prevention Month. But we also, during the course, will talk to you about how you can do this again in January and do it again in the spring and then do it again in the fall. It can be this program that you offer again and again to really bring something new to help your participants have sort of that starting opportunity, something that it's, hey, we're all starting this together. The 4 week program starts today. Okay. All right, I'm seeing questions in the chat. This is my last slide. We're at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're needing to jump off, don't jump off just yet because we're going to do our wheel for the 50% off. But it's time to raise the standard of falls prevention. So if you are ready to join us in this awesome first cohort, be sure to join the waitlist. If you've already joined the waitlist, great. You don't have to put yourself on there again. And so you'll be the first to know when registration opens on Monday. Okay. We'll do questions in a second, but if you have any other questions, you can always email me, Emily at StrongerUSeniorFitness.com or Amanda at support@StrongerUSeniorFitness.com. And following today's session, Amanda will email you the slides and the recording. So if you walk away from today's session, you're like, oh, I forgot to ask that. Just hit reply, and Amanda is happy to answer that question. Now, before we do the wheel, give me 1 more minute. So for my fully certified StrongerU instructors, you are not going through the course again, but starting Tuesday, September 8th, you will gain access to the 4 weeks of falls prevention programming, the full Stand to Falls program, okay? So you will skip to the end because you've already gone through the coursework. So that's what, and you'll still gain access to the community and you can be in there, you can support people who are going through what you've already gone through, but you will get to skip to the end and just gain access to the Stand Up to Falls programming. Okay. All right. We're going to do falls in a second. In the intro, oh, it's false. We're going to do falls in a second. We're going to do questions in a second. But first, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to bring up our wheel so we can give away the 50% off enrollment. Okay. So let me get this. Amanda's been compiling you all in the back here. Okay, let me set this up. And if you have to run, don't worry. You can still win if you leave. If you're like, I have to go, that's okay. But let me make sure this wheel is good. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen again. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel, but I just want to make mention because if for some reason you don't see your name on this wheel, it is because your organization has already registered you. Okay. So your registration is taken care of. You're in, you're good to go. You're just here to learn what's next. So if you're like, hey, my name's not there, you're already a winner. You're already registered. Okay. All right. Here we go. So exciting. The wheel is my favorite part. Let's see. It's not official till the confetti goes. Angie! Yay! All right. So, Angie, you will have a special email from Amanda with your 50% off promo code. So, congratulations. Amazing. Let me reshare the slide deck. And okay, beautiful. Okay, question time. So let me pull up. I may have missed some questions. So let me just scroll up here and make sure. Okay, let's start from here. Okay, Katie's asking, is there a grace period for lapses in StrongerU certification? Yes, don't worry. We'll get you recertified, get you in good standing, and then you will have, so as certified instructors, you guys have a discounted enrollment rate, of course, because you already taken the whole course. So yeah, we'll get you in good standing, and that's all good to go. How long? We did that already. So 12 to 16 hours. Do the practical video separately, not in front of participants. Yes, our StrongerU partners do prioritize hiring StrongerU graduates. Okay, and then it's just asking, do you advise us to deliver the education after each week or after the end of the 4 weeks? Thanks. Yeah, good question. So we really want to start with the education first. So it's that first part of that big main 60-minute class because we want to tie it to the why to the movements that you're about to do with your class. So when you get the class content, you'll notice like, oh, it's tied to what we just taught them. You're reiterating it, that education throughout the session. Okay. Christy's asking, do you have an ideal age range to be teaching this to? Yeah, great question. We have people who teach it to all levels of care and all ages of older adults. So we have people who teach StrongerU classes to skilled nursing facilities, memory care, assisted living, independent living, and community dwelling residents. Now, because of the way Stand to Falls is structured with the education portion, typically, this is going to be for your assisted living, independent living, and community-based group. If you work in memory care or a skilled nursing facility, we're going to recommend you go just the traditional StrongerU Senior Fitness Instructor course route because that route, at the end, you choose your own adventure. You pick the skilled nursing memory care version, the assisted independent version, or the independent community version. So if you teach in those areas, stick with the traditional instead of this. But if you're like, no, my memory care residents want the education too, great, have at it. That's totally fine as well. But yeah, we don't necessarily have an ideal age range though. It's all based on ability. And during the course, we're going to teach you how to modify it and progress it so it's perfect for your group. So I've taught this program to residents and participants who were super deconditioned, never exercised in like a decade, and then like super high functioning, very, very strong older adults as well. So it's just about modifying it so it's perfect for them. So Jenny's asking, oh yes, I guess I should have thrown on the slides. Thank you, Jenny. First Stand to Fall session. So all your questions are great. We're gonna have to adjust the slides for the next session for the next cohort. So the Stand Up for Falls. Oh gosh, Amanda, will you pull up the pricing for me and throw that in the chat for CAD and USD, what it is for StrongerU instructors?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, Amanda will throw that in the chat because I actually forget, to be honest. I don't want to get the price wrong. Okay. Christy's asking, do we have to recertify every year? Yes. And actually, I did mean to add that to the slide. So thank you for mentioning it. So with StrongerU, we build your recertification and renewal right into it. So with other organizations, you'll typically have to do continuing education credits and you'll have to, you pay for those and then you have to pay a renewal fee and then, you're certified for another year. So with us, we have an annual renewal fee. It's 216 Canadian or 170 US. It's just based on current exchange rates. And that gives you continued access to monthly class content and the education that goes along with it. So your education and your class content are built into it, and that's what keeps you certified. So yeah, everything has a purpose. Yes. So Amber, if you are not a fully certified StrongerU senior fitness instructor, it's 370 US or 466 Canadian. You are going to start with the StrongerU instructor course, and then at the end, you will gain access to the Stand Up for Falls programming. If you are fully certified, Amanda is going to put the pricing in the chat. You are going to pay a reduced price because you've already taken the course. And so you're just paying a reduced price to gain access to the 4 weeks of education and class content and all the tools and resources and education to help you to be able to deliver the program. Perfect. Amanda just put there 79 US, 109 Canadian. Good. I'm terrible at pricing things, so I feel like we went back and forth a lot of times, but I forgot what we landed on. Okay, great. Yeah, Ish has been with us a long time. Ish is already up to R12, release 12. So we have, I think we're up to 15 now of all of our classes. So 15 times 4 plus Stand Up to Falls now. So yeah, we've got many, many years of class content. Yeah. Karen, yes, we do have a discount for Tro members. So you just need to log into your Tro membership and you'll see the discount code available for Tro members. I believe it will go out today in their newsletter as well. So if you're a Tro member, keep an eye out for that. Christy's asking, can you just do Stand to Falls course or do you have to do Stronger as well? Okay, great question. It's actually the same thing. So what we've done with Stand Up for Falls is we've taken our traditional tried and true StrongerU instructor course, which is actually celebrating its 7th birthday, September 1st. The StrongerU instructor course will be 7 years old. And so we've given it a bit of a refresh and more of a falls prevention lens. So a lot of the lessons have just been updated to include more of a tie-in to you're learning this, and this is how it ties in to Stand Up to Falls. So for our already certified people, you've already learned everything that is in this course, and then you will get the additional education as part of your package too. Okay. We instructors should submit a practical video for Stand Up to Falls. No, so fully certified people, you don't have to submit a practical video. Yeah, you're good. You've already gotten your stamp of approval, and all you have to do is just learn it and teach it and tell us how it goes. Katie, yes, actually there is a discount code for BCTRA as well. So connect with them. I'm not sure about any newsletters they put out, or reach out to us via email. And then Diane, to be clear, the program for participants is three times a week for 4 weeks. Yes. It can be as low as 1 time a week for 4 weeks. But we do recommend the sweet spot that you'll learn about in the course is 3 times a week. Yeah, 3 times a week, or more. You can do it more than 3 times a week as well. But that will give you sort of the best impact is the one main class and 2 more of the main ones. Okay. Yeah, Ish. That's it. That's Amanda. But when she turns her camera off, it shows my picture because our accounts are connected. So Amanda, if you want to come on camera so people who haven't seen your beautiful face yet know what you look like. That's our new Amanda, our manager of operations and instructor support. She's been a StrongerU instructor for 6 years. She's been on our practical video adjudication team for a few years, and now she is your go-to everything support operations. Yes. Student discount. We do have some partnerships with some schools who would communicate out if they have a discount. You can reach out to us, Amber. It just depends on the different organizations that we're partnered with a lot of people. And so those organizations do sometimes secure you discounts. But yeah, hard to say. Good. All right. These are such great questions, everyone. I see people are popping off, which is totally fine. It's been great to have you guys join in. Any other questions? Don't be shy. We need the questions because we need to know how to fix the slideshow and the presentation for next time. We have another live session. We will not have one until October. I can't remember the date, but we'll have another one in October. And so the September cohort is designed for launching this program in Falls Prevention Month in November, but we'll have an October cohort that is designed to launch the program in January. Or let's say you join the September cohort and halfway through, your assistant quits, a family member gets ill, something in your life just goes awry, as things sometimes do. If you don't get it done by November to launch it for Fall Prevention Month, that's okay. You can say, okay, never mind. I'm going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to launch this in January. So just know that it doesn't expire. You didn't miss the deadline. We're going to all be working together to meet that Falls Prevention Month. But if you miss it and you launch in January, that's really, really great too. Okay. Okay, Karen, you're welcome. And then Ruth, I teach older adults mostly 60 to 80, but not in a senior setting. I'm in a regular gym. Is this course still recommended for someone like me? Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of gyms now, right? Because the older adult population is the fastest growing across our globe right now. So if you teach in a gym setting, that might be a setting where I use the example where you might not have the TV or the projector, but you can still deliver the education in whatever way makes sense to you. Give them those handouts, deliver the education. Maybe you want to email them the slides so they have access to them after the session. Good. Kathy, I love how comprehensive the course is. Yes. Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. Good. Oh, and Jenny, looking forward to this. Awesome. Yeah, Jenny's another longtime StrongerU instructor. Good. All right. I know people are jumping off. That's okay. Go if you have to, but I'll stick around if anything else is popping up. Any other questions? Congrats again to Angie. You're going to get that promo code in your follow-up email. All right. Nothing else? Should we close it off? And Jenny, now we just have to sign up on the wait list. Yes. So if you're not already on the wait list, go ahead and get your name on there, unless your organization has, which I know for Jenny in your case it hasn't, but just for anyone else, you don't have to join the wait list if your organization has already registered you, which I'm not sure. We may have a couple still on the line here who are already registered. So if you're paid and registered for, no need to join the wait list. You are already on the list. You're going to be first to get in. Good. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining our first Stand Up to Falls info session. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good. Oh, let's see with Ish here. I'm good. Yes, you already have your 1 year of class content. So our certified instructors, you're just gaining access to the Stand Up to Falls program. You've already got your ongoing class content. Good. Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we hope to welcome you to the Stronger You and Stand Up to Falls community soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.